people see from you, the more they're going to feel like they get to know you. And I mean, I can tell you just like, from my own personal experience with content, I mean, like I will meet people that follow me online or, look at me on LinkedIn, whatever it might be. And like they know things about me because of the videos that I'm creating. And most of the time it's because of that introduction of some sort. Like my big thing is I hate sizzle reels. Like I do not like sizzle reels. And for somebody that might not know, a sizzle reel is just sort of a compilation of highlights from other videos or something from a video production standpoint. And I always look at those things and I'm like, if I'm hiring a video production company, how does that help me? Because that's, it's just a highlight reel that doesn't show me like what they really going to end up doing for me. And it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
And so like, I have all sorts of content surrounding this where I'm always making these like really firm, opinions on sizzle reels. And so, and people will come up to me and talk to me about it. Like they will say things to me about that all the time. So it's like, when you start your videos like that, they don't reference anything else in the video other than like, I'm not gonna do anything about sizzle reels. Don't worry, or whatever. It's like, and I know it's that hook that you're talking about. It's it's that beginning of the video that they have has caught their attention. And, it's amazing what the power of something like that can do. And when you're doing it consistently, to your point.
Yeah. I was talking to a client of mine who is in like the real estate media space. And he was talking about the kind of content that he was making for his real estate clients. And you've probably seen some of them. It's the like the house comes in and it smashes the ground and then it like moves really fast and then whatever. And then transition here and it's like 15 seconds and it's boom. I told him, I said, that kind of content actually is more beneficial for you than it is your client.
Yeah.
And he didn't really understand why. And I had to say, well, because what's the overall question that usually that piece of content, gets asked? Like, how did you make that video?
Right.
And that does nothing for the real estate agent. That only goes back to you as the media creator, which is fine and well for us, but we're all about providing value and making stuff for the people that we're serving. And I agree with you that sizzle stuff, like I look at the sizzle stuff like wall art, right? Like it's nice to have and it's nice to look at, right? But at the end of the day, is it really doing anything for the advancement of the content of the business itself, right? And oftentimes the answer is no. But here and there, it's nice to have a little something flashy to say.
I mean,
This is
there's
cool.
nothing wrong with flash here and
Sure.
there. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. No, I love that. And so that kind of segues really good in terms of like value that we're providing, right? Because that's my kind of second point of emphasis for our conversation here today is just providing value to the leads before they do that kind of exchange with us, right? Because if they're going to give us their name, their email, and even their phone number, or even other information, right? We have to do something to allow them to be able to do that. The first thing that I always tell people, if you're talking about investing in content, right? I think just education in general is the first thing that you can really do. But I don't know what your kind of thoughts are, what you tell clients when you say like, hey, yeah, we can make content, and they maybe bring up the sizzle reel stuff. How do you say like, okay, where do we provide the value? Like, what do you go through with that?
Right. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I think it's, it's kind of content marketing 101. You want to bring value to your audience. And the more you do that, the more you're positioning yourself as an expert, the more you're positioning yourself as someone that can be trusted, that, if we come to you with our business, you're going to take care of us. And so I think education is a hugely important thing to do when you're building out your content. And so, I mean, really any sort of awareness type video that you're doing, if you can do it surrounding some sort of education for your customers or your clients, that's going to put you in a stronger position moving forward for the rest of their client journey.